Am I the a-hole for not inviting my parents to my wedding after they missed every milestone? I 28F grew up with parents who were physically present in the house but emotionally absent from my entire life. They were always too busy, too tired, or too stressed to show up for anything that mattered to me. They missed every school event. They missed every recital. They missed every graduation. They missed birthdays. They skipped holidays even when they were not working, choosing instead to go on weekend trips or relax by themselves. I spent most of my childhood watching other kids run into their parents' arms while I stood alone in parking lots with volunteer chaperones who asked, in gentle voices, if mom and dad were running late again. At some point I stopped inviting them because pretending they might show up hurt worse than knowing they would not. When I moved out at 19, they barely noticed. They did not call. They did not visit. They did not ask about my life unless it made them look good in conversation with their friends. I learned early that the only time they cared was when someone else was watching. When no one was watching, I was invisible. For years I believed something was wrong with me, that I was somehow unworthy of the kind of parental love other people seem to get so effortlessly. So when I got engaged, I did not plan for them to be involved. My fiancé and I decided on a small, intimate wedding with the people who had actually been present in our lives. When word got back to my parents, not from me, but from a distant relative, they suddenly reached out after months of no contact. They called me sweetheart, they said they missed me. They asked about the wedding venue, the date, the colors, the dress. It was like they had been replaced with strangers who knew how to pretend affection. At first I was confused. Then suspicious. Then angry. When I told them, calmly, that they were not invited, the reaction was immediate and dramatic. My mother burst into tears, accusing me of trying to erase my family. My father snapped that I was being cruel and ungrateful, insisting they always did their best. They told me they deserved to be at my wedding because parents have earned that right. I reminded them of the milestones they missed, the memories they never tried to be part of, the years I spent watching them choose anything, literally anything, over me. They brushed it off as the past and said I needed to grow up and move forward. But forward for them meant pretending the past never happened. What made everything worse was when I found out why they suddenly cared. My cousin called me one night and told me the truth. My parents had recently joined an exclusive social group through their country club. Many people in that circle bragged about their children's weddings, milestones, and accomplishments. My parents had been embarrassed because they had nothing to share except vague statements about being estranged. The only reason they wanted to attend my wedding was so they could take pictures, post them online, and parade them in front of their new friends. They wanted the role of proud parents without ever doing a single thing to earn it. When I confronted them about this, they denied it at first. Then my mother admitted she did not want people to think we were bad parents. She said attending the wedding would fix the narrative. She did not say she missed me. She did not say she regretted anything. She did not say she wanted to rebuild our relationship. She wanted to fix a narrative. A reputation. An image. That was the moment something inside me snapped. I realized they never wanted to be parents, they wanted to look like parents. After I told them again that they were not invited, my mother began a smear campaign through the family. She called relatives claiming I was brainwashed by my fiancé. She said I was cold-hearted and punishing them for being imperfect. My father emailed me a 3-paragraph monologue about how honor and duty require children to respect their parents, regardless of mistakes. They framed my boundaries as cruelty and their neglect as justified sacrifice. Then came the twist I did not expect. My younger brother, who moved out at 18 and went no contact for years, reached out. He told me he heard about the situation and wanted me to know I was not imagining anything. He said our parents did the same thing to him. He told me about the birthdays they missed, the graduation they skipped, the nights he waited for them to show up for events they never even remembered existed. He told me he cut them off because they only showed interest when other people were watching. He said I was doing the right thing, even if it hurt. His message broke me open in a way I did not expect. I realized my story was not unique, it was a pattern. I was not the first child they abandoned emotionally. I was just the first one to confront them openly. My parents are still furious. Some relatives are calling me disrespectful. Others quietly support me but do not want to get involved. My fiancé says he will stand by whatever decision I make, but I know the wedding will be more peaceful without them. Still, there is a part of me that feels guilty for shutting the door so firmly, even though I know they would never have made space for me unless someone else was watching. So now I am stuck asking myself, am I the a-hole for refusing to invite my parents to my wedding after they missed every milestone, or am I finally choosing myself after a lifetime of being treated like an accessory they only wanted when someone else was looking?